Hey everyone, welcome back to Survivor Canberra. That's our first episode of a recap and exit interview. And unfortunately, George is running late, so he will come up whenever he's gonna come up. But first we have Emily. Emily, it's nice to see you again in a different situation. How are you
Yes,
today?
I'm good, thank you.
So, I was curious. There's a lot of backstory about you playing Survivor Canberra. Could you tell us what happened actually on that day?
Wow, my story would start a bit before that. So I learned that somebody had dropped out about 2 days before, and I messaged Dan and was like, "Well, if you need a sub, I'm happy to do it. I'm still free."
Mm-hmm.
And he'd already filled that one, but he was like, "If you want to come down and crew in
Mm-hmm.
case somebody else drops out."
Mm-hmm.
And so it was only the night before that I learned that I was playing.
Uh-huh.
It
Oh.
didn't give me a lot of time to actually just mentally prepare myself. Yeah, so then started playing and it was a mess, I guess.
No, because you don't. You when you're not prepared, I feel like you going in and you just like kind of sort of not in the zone. So you kind
Yeah,
of like, I don't know what I'm doing, and. But I thought you were feeling the person who dropped out because I saw that Facebook post as well. So it's a different person who dropped out on that day.
yeah, it was a different person who
Oh.
just didn't turn up and was like,
Oh.
"Okay, I'll play."
All right, here's Joss. Hi,
Hi.
Joss. Nice to see you.
Hang on. I can't hear you guys.
Hello.
Hang on.
Okay, Emily. Anyway, so do you regret taking that? Like, just jump in and be like, I want to play that. Do you feel like, oh, maybe I should have waited that one?
A little bit, I guess. Like when you get voted out, you kind of have that regret of, oh, maybe I should have prepared more, or maybe I should have waited till the next season and stuff. But I mean, at the moment, I was ready for it. I felt, but then you realize how unprepared you are.
Have you thought about that your relationship with Keegan would like possibly gonna hinder your progression in the game, or is that something come to your mind?
A little bit, because I play a very similar game to Keegan anyway. So if people think that Keegan's a threat, they're more likely to think that I'm a threat as well. Yeah, I mean, ultimately, when I was going into it, I had no idea whether he'd even work with me. So, to me, he was just another player, but to other people, it probably seems like, oh, there's an alliance straight away. And I'm just like, that's not what my mindset's not like that. So,
Did you address that head on because there's a lot of chatter about like, oh yeah, Emily's is Keegan's sister, like we need to get out of her. Do you hear that, like people telling you that?
So none of that came to me. Nobody even tried to see whether that was correct or not to me. I mean, after we lost the challenge, I felt like we had very short amount of time to actually work out who we were voting. It seemed to cut very quickly. So I don't think I even got around everybody. To me, it didn't feel like that I talked with everybody personally enough to do it. So it was kind of a rush kind of feel. But yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed that some people didn't actually come to me and find out whether it was true or not. Because I felt like there were some people who were like, it might be true, it might not be. And they just didn't talk to me about it.
Maybe you should do it to me. You'd be just like, hey guys, we just went out once and that's it. Joel, any questions?
Yeah, sorry for being late. I had some technical issues. My mouse would not work. I don't know why. Anyway, I guess welcome to the first boot club.
Thank you.
What happened? Like, because it seemed like the vote was like a 3-3-2 split, which like is never a good thing for a first vote if you're actually playing the game. Don't do that. It just completely divides the tribe for no reason. But how did that happen? Did you know of 2 people getting votes? Did you know of only 1 person getting votes?
So I knew originally Dom had been talked about a lot. And it was only like in the last 2 seconds that I got told that the vote was going Jeremy.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they were the 2 votes that I knew were happening. But I actually expected that the Dom votes would actually go to Jeremy. If we had a muddle, it would go that way. I did not expect that it would tie it again.
Yeah, I was surprised by the retied vote. I don't think anybody flipped. I actually think everybody stuck to their guns. And then all of a sudden, as soon as it was tied again, everyone was just happy to go you. I'm so confused on that. Because it seemed like there was like a strong 4 with you. I'm going to get names wrong here. But it seemed like there was a strong 4 regardless that was like with you. And then as soon as they said the idol, they just like threw you out. Like, in my eyes, I'd probably keep you because you have the idol with 4. But anyway, I just don't understand that logic.
It was interesting, the flip. But mainly, I knew that a lot of people were scared. Like, I really hate how scared people get about going to Rocks. But everyone was. Like, no one wanted to go to Rocks. And so basically, first person in to call a name was going to be the one who was going. And that's what happened. Brad called my name first, and everybody else was like, oh, we don't oppose that. So no one fought. And yeah, I mean, in hindsight, we really didn't have a lot of time to actually bond as a team or as individuals. So yeah, it was like, oh, it's just another number. We'll pull it somewhere else. So.
And we have another question. Speaking about regret, when you first found an idol, what's your thought? Be like, I'm gonna keep it, or like, have you ever thought about playing it on that and be like, okay, let's play this? What are your thoughts when you found it?
I felt like playing it on the first one was like, if you come down to have to play it on the first vote, then you're sunk anyway. Like, I felt like if you're already trying to protect yourself at that vote, you're gone. In hindsight, probably because everyone knew about it, it should have been just played. Mm-hmm. Even if I'd played it on someone totally random, because then we come to the tied vote and they could have stuck up for me because they wouldn't be going to Rocks. Mm-hmm. So, you know, in essence, that way, if I'd known that any votes were going my way, which I had no idea, yeah, I mean, yeah, I could have. I honestly would have liked to have seen it played as a team idol. Like when I was saying that I wanted it as a team thing, I was thinking more, we come to a swap, we lose like 2 people or 1 person or something like to the other side. I want to be able to protect them because I think we're going to be able to work more with them. Like that was my genuine feelings with that idol because everyone knew about it. And I felt like that's what everyone was talking about it being, but obviously a lot of people saw it as totally different.
Can I ask, how do you find it? Like, is it that obvious that it's on the bottom of the bench, or like No,
it was super obvious.
I guess about
like it was like you walked in, you saw it. It wasn't hidden. I mean, if nobody knew about it and only 1 person knew about it, then possibly. Like sometimes you don't see things that you're not looking for, but I mean, everyone was looking for it. It was going to be there.
Did you how was the experience? Like, how was Canberra Survivor? Because like this is the first ever one Dan and Liv have produced. How was it? Did you enjoy your time?
It was really good, and I had just as much fun backstaging it as well as in front of the camera.
How is it compared to Melbourne Survivor? Like, how do you what's the strength of Melbourne Survivor? Obviously,
who's better? No,
you play both. I feel like that's a kind of fair question.
it's a lot harder to judge because, I mean, I went straight to tribal. Like, in the other one, we sent you guys twice, I think. So, it just is a different atmosphere when you lose the first challenge. Not a good feeling. Not a good feeling. Yeah, I don't know. I think things went a little bit faster, but that could have just been because we went to first tribal.
Mm-hmm. I also feel like because they're in 2 days, whereas we are doing 3 days. So that's kind of like, on the first day, it's like really jam-packed, especially you don't know anyone else. And it's like, let's just, you don't have that time to sort of form relationship and connection. Speaking of which, who do you have like the most connection with when you in that tribe? Who do you trust, basically?
Oh.
So I'll be too short of time for you to answer.
Yeah, look, I don't know. I felt like it went really fast that I was still gauging on who was telling me the truth and who wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I'd gotten through the first vote, then I think I would have had a better feel of, okay, this person told me the truth. Okay, so maybe that they're more interested in sticking around a bit longer and stuff. But yeah, it was crazy.
Do you think if you had that... Oh, yeah, you can ask that question. Yeah.
Okay. What exactly was the blue tribe strategy in Charades?
Strategy. We were trying to go faster than the other tribe. I think we were also playing a bit less sneaky than the other one, where they were looking across at our table and looking across at our charades. So, if we had it so that it was separated, the blue tribe would have won. I watched the clips and I was like, we easily had the first one acted out first. But Keegan was looking across at our charades and was picking it from there. So, yeah, I feel like we didn't pick up very quickly on that.
Not the element of Survivor.
So Keegan got you out.
Yeah, well. So, yeah, it's definitely the Red Tribe's fault that they just were not playing fair, and that's the reason I'm here.
I have another question from Ash, obviously. Do you blame John for the loss? Was he flopping what cost you the game? Because we have to talk about John's like the whale and the dolphin, like he's doing like the mermaid pose.
Yeah, I'm very confused by what he was doing. I couldn't stop laughing, to be honest.
I mean, it was that crazy that, yes, I guess we could put the blame there, but I think also, depending on who was on the other tribe and what they were doing with our charades anyway, we could have still just lost the same way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it was necessarily our acting that lost it. It was just that we didn't realize that they were using our cards that we had on the table.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow, that's interesting to know. Can I ask you a question? Okay, so in like, I'm not sure if you watched. I know you don't watch Survivor, but like now we at Australia version have Blood versus Water. I'm just wondering if you and Keegan were in the same tribe, would you blindside Keegan or no?
This is really hard, and he'll watch it later and find out what I'm likely to do in the future ones. I'll quit. Let's just say that I guess it all depends on the rest of the team, because if I feel like I'm on the bottom, then I'm not going to be blindsiding the person who's likely to help me. Mm-hmm. Like if he's saying he's helping me and everybody else is against me, then why would he be the one I'm trying to get rid of? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, a lot about who's on the tribe. But I guess it also depends on what the other tribe wants, like what other people are thinking as well. Like, are they all wanting to get rid of him? Because if they're wanting to get rid of him, then I can use him for longer, I guess, and still get rid of him if I need to, and then make decisions later on. So I guess it all depends on how it's playing and stuff. Like I've got options open and stuff that I'm happy with. Like whichever way.
So
it
essentially,
goes.
you would if other people wanted to.
Yeah, I'm open to it.
Yeah.
Emily, I also want to mention like your relationship with Rosemary, because you know Rosemary. Before that, did you ever try to cultivate that relationship in the game when you ended up in the same tribe with her?
Honestly, I felt like Rosemary was like, I feel like she's just as big a game player as I am. So I felt like more she was willing to use me to get her where she wanted to go. And I was willing for that if that gave me enough time to get myself my own people so that, you know, if need be, I can flip the vote on her. So no, we weren't aligned like a lot of people thought. It was really weird. A lot of people were like, oh, yeah, they know each other. They're aligned. And there was a lot of that, like, when I was watching that. I was like, that's weird. Okay, that was just a bit of harder extra stuff that I was trying to fight through that I did not expect that, because you know somebody, they think you're going to be aligned. I think that's less likely because you know that...
yeah, I was going to say, when I pitched Emily to Rosemary, she vouched for her hard. So Rosemary...
Yeah, but I think Rosemary thought that I was going to be somebody who could be used for the first vote. Like, I don't think she like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe she thought that we could go far. But I think that she saw me as somebody who would be willing to get myself through the first vote and through the next vote. And then wherever her numbers were, as long as she was taking care of her numbers, she wouldn't be worried about my numbers, I think.
I must give props to be honest, the whole tribe, because everyone was trying for that vote. It wasn't just like, I'm going to go with what you're saying. Everyone had their own agenda. Everyone had their own ideas. And yeah, it was actually like sort of cool to see that everyone actually came to play, because usually you'll find people try to sit back and, you know, and try to just get through that way. And yeah, no, but everyone came to play. So it was really good to see. It sucked to see you go though. I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah,
I was like, nah, at all. You were not anybody's first boot pick. I don't think ever.
Well, yeah, I don't see myself as first boot pick material. Like, I feel like, I don't know, there'd be people with regrets of that. I don't know. I just feel like that. I just can't see that in the long run that was a smart move, but you know, for some people it probably was.
Yeah, I do feel like
your
people...
challenge strength in Melbourne Survivor. They didn't want
we all did.
They didn't want it to be run.
I just feel like people vote because of that relationship problem, which they don't have. So they see it as like a big threat. In hindsight, it's like you should always treat it like a fresh start for everyone. Like, it's not like it's not automatic. Oh, I know this person, so I'll work with that person. You know, it's really, you know, situational basically. So in saying that, if you knowing the knowledge you have now, if you were ever play again, how would you do it different?
I'd probably play the idol. Probably a good idea.
But how would you deal with that relationship? People will assume you have a relationship with like that person and that person, so you're gonna be a big threat.
I guess I'd make it either strong or not, like make a decision about it rather than just be like, okay, I'll make a decision later. Be like, well, either we're going together through it or we're not. And definitely pulling harder on other people, like getting one-on-ones. Because I feel like we didn't get a lot of one-on-one talks. There were like somebody else in there. And definitely working harder at knowing the time frame to actually be like, right, I need to make sure that I talk one-on-one with everybody to find out harder where things are going and stuff. But yeah, definitely play the idol.
It's your idol. Like, it's not a tribe idol. It's your idol.
Yeah, you got it.
Josh, any other questions?
Yeah, I just want to say, do you have like anything you want to say to anyone? Because the vote out was brutal. Like, to be fair, they all sort of just like slammed on you as soon as they had the chance.
No, I think there'll be enough people living with regrets about the vote that there'll be sleepless nights over it, wondering why about it. So so all those people who didn't either get to the end or didn't win or whatever, it might have, your mistake probably happened at the first vote.
Yeah, certainly did.
That's it. Always starts with the first vote. That's it.
Go downhill on that.
But welcome to the club. I'm very excited. We've got a legend now.
Absolutely. So when are we bringing all the first boots back to play a game together?
Well, we have enough
Hopefully
of
one
this.
day.
And we have maybe have a few versions of like backyard and then like Melbourne and Canberra. That can do.
There's enough people now. Nearly, we're nearly getting there.
Yeah, absolutely.
First winners.
Would you ever follow Keegan's footsteps and want to play backyard?
I'd have to get myself across there, which but I'm open. But then again, it'd be once again putting me in with a group of strangers that I have no idea about. They've probably got more idea about who I am. So
that is true. That is true.
It'd be a bit harder. I'd have to I don't know, get a better group area or something. I don't know, of people that I know that eventually I'd be like, oh yeah, I feel like I'm comfortable going in with a group of people that, are less likely to vote me out, I guess.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I just want to knowing that you make Final 3 in Melbourne Survivor, you coming in the game, do ever like people mention like, oh, like I know you play Melbourne Survivor and you have Final 3?
Nobody mentioned it.
Okay.
So I think there were a couple of people who watched it. I know that there was definitely one or two that didn't. And so I didn't actually mention it, which was probably a little bit to my downfall as well. But yeah, it was kind of hard because I don't know who's watched it and who hasn't, because all of a sudden I'm in Canberra. I'm not in Melbourne. I'm not around Melbourneites and stuff. And it's like, I have no idea, do I mention it? And if that makes, me seem more of a threat, or do I mention nothing about it and it seems like I'm a liar? So, it was a hard choice, and I don't know whether.
Yeah. He recognized Emily and thought she was the third base of Melbourne's Survivor. But no, you have to get to know her first.
You should have mentioned something. Work with me.
It is hard, like going off like another game or going off like prior relationships and stuff like that, and you don't know these people at all. You always start off on a back foot. Like, if you don't know about someone and they know about you, like that's where your game automatically has like issues to start off with, and it is hard. And yeah, should have played the idol.
Just make me feel bad, Josh. Just make me feel bad. Josh,
hey, you're joining my club. I'm glad.
I had to. I couldn't not join your club, mate. Besides, they needed me on the crew. Like my aim was to get voted out so that they had extra crew members who were viable. Not. No.
You should have. Yeah. Oh well. But I do think if in a different scenario when you're not playing with Keegan, I think you will definitely go way far.
Yeah.
But Matt did say they definitely need you on the crew.
Yeah. Anything else for Emily Vince?
No, I think I asked a lot of questions. I get the most of it.
Yeah.
I was just because it's the first Melbourne Survivor. Like we play on the same season, and watching you play it again. I was like, oh yeah, she's gonna make far. Like, I mean, she's not gonna win, but like she's gonna do far. But I was shocked. I was like,
yeah, I was not expecting it. Like, I literally have chose everybody else to be first boot before you. You're like the only one that I would say like you never would be.
And then
so when
you're
it
like,
happened,
oh, she picks up an idol. Oh yes, I'm definite that she's not going to be first boot, and that she's first boot.
Yeah.
Ash wants to know who was the biggest personality on Blue. I feel like that's a really obvious answer. But yeah, Emily.
Wow. Not talking about myself. I don't know. Like, it seems such a long time ago that really all I remember is like what I've watched on the clip. So I'm like, I don't actually remember going, actually thinking about somebody as like a big personality or they're quiet or whatever and stuff. Like, I really don't remember a lot of that. I mean, I wasn't in there for very long.
Yeah, because you obviously didn't have the night before to get to know everyone. You sort of got thrown in there. Here's a challenge. Okay, vote somebody out.
Yeah.
So it's very trial-esque. It was very like one day sort of event for you, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of the challenge, I loved the filming, how they cut it and stuff. Like when they cut to me and I'm like looking like I'm doing some sort of secret code and I'm doing the patches on the magpie. It was like hilarious. Like I was like, it just looked like I'm doing this random like tap kind of on the different parts of my body to get across a code or something. And it's like, that's not what I remember it looking like. Okay.
How is this magpie?
It's like, what? Okay, good.
Oh, I remember you put on like your Melbourne Survivor shirt when you're trying to put it on. Like, I was like, oh my god, Emily wore the same shirt.
It was a blue shirt. They wanted us in blue if we were on the blue team. I was like, okay, I've got a blue shirt.
You'd probably be like, oh yeah, lucky color. Let's just. I got it.
No, probably made me more recognizable.
That is true. That is true. I was like, oh yeah, I've seen that before. Where
have I seen that T-shirt before?
Ash has. Are you traumatized by charades to this day?
No, I play charades all the time and still do.
So did you cover your answer this time, like from Keegan? Like, hey, I know you did it.
Well, I haven't said I've played charades with Keegan.
Okay, maybe not. Maybe don't do that again.
Well, maybe I'll just make sure that he's on my team next time.
That is true. That is true. I feel like you and Keegan, if you're on the same try and have that, I think you guys will kill it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. It depends. Everybody might see us as the power duo.
Sorry, guys. I'll be 1 sec.
And get rid of them straight away. Like, got to break them apart. And then we're like, we need a lot of idols.
Who knows? Maybe you can do like if there's a blood versus water thing, like a like a couple, like sort of like relationship, sort of like what they have now. So you and Keegan play again, and maybe you can vote him out this time. Or like
maybe we'll take each other to the end. Who knows?
Oh, that as well. Double your chance to win.
Yeah,
right,
it means that we've got double chance that a just will win.
And thanks, Emily. I think you have to go. It's 8:30. Thank you so much for taking out your time and talk to us. I really appreciate that, and I hope you don't feel too bad. It's not your fault. It's like And Dan wanted to say that message to you. Sorry, I'm trying to put it up. Okay. Oh no, I don't. Yeah, forever in depth, Emily, for feeling last minute and putting herself to that situation.
Oh, no problem. All right.
Thanks, Emily. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Emily.
Hopefully we see you in backyard.
Yes, backyard next. All 3.
You will win.
I hope so.
Third time lucky.
Right.
Third time lucky, yes.
All right, bye.
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 All right. Now it's back to us. we just do a recap. We would like to do a recap and an ex-interviewer, but because it's the time scheduling, it's going to work this time. But hopefully, we'll continue to. That's the format we're going for. How are you, Josh?
You're good. Late? I am good. Yeah, I am late. I'm sorry. I had some technical difficulties with my mouse, and food was also being made at the same time. So everything is going well here.
Now, Liz, we haven't talked about Dom. We're not done yet.
Yeah, we need to talk about Dom. We need to talk about that mess of a tribal.
All right, can let's go back first.
Yeah.
What do you think about Canberra Survivor when you first watch it, like the first few minutes?
I love this episode. I do wish though we got to see more like character development. I sort of feel like I got rushed into like just like gameplay, which isn't bad. I just didn't get to know the characters a bit more. That's all. That'd be my like, overall sort of thing about it.
Yeah, I like that when they're. I think the first like hours. The only thing I was like when they do the tug of war challenge, I thought there's more. Like I thought there's like few rounds. I was just surprised. I was like, oh, this one and done. And can we all talk about? I think we all need to celebrate Janine and her.
Oh yeah, definitely. Challenge. Yeah,
she was killing it. Everyone's. I was in watch party with Ash and Liz. We're like all like Team Janine. They were like screaming, like Janine, get her! Like, but like,
I think I was screaming Janine as well. Like I wanted Janine to win that so bad, and she did. She smashed it.
She smashed it.
Absolute icon. What did they win again? I'm just trying to remember. They won breakfast, croissants.
Yeah, croissants, coffee. Can I just say, we're playing Survivor. Like, why do they get all that stuff so early in the game? Let them starve. Give them something else.
Give them an advantage or something. Give them.
No, not twists. I'm just saying we can replace that with some other.
Like a top.
Stop them. No, they have a top.
Oh, they do too. They actually had a bit of a. Yeah, they had a bit of a camp already set up for them. So. That was nice. That was nice. Yeah.
And then we cut to the Blue winning that, and then they found the clue. Janine put it out and read it out loud. Do you think that's the right thing to do, or do you think it's?
I mean, everyone said they saw it, so yes. Imagine taking it and then running away with it, and then like not telling anybody about it, like. You probably wouldn't end up where Emily ended up, but you'd end up like second boot. But it's just I couldn't imagine anyone just running away with it and being like, "This is mine," It would have made it interesting, but I don't think that was the right play to do. Did they find it on Red as well? They didn't find one on
Yes,
Red.
Ben found it, and then he did.
They did. Oh yes, I remember that. Yes.
Transition, like that's the smoothest thing I've seen ever done. He's just like, whoa.
Yeah, like, up the leg. Nobody saw it.
Yeah, just like wow. I was like, good on you. Like sneaky
Ben.
In terms of the whole episode, when I looked at it, I feel like it's definitely rushed because the time limit they have. Because obviously with the crew situation that we know, it's like. There's not many people can film stuff. That's probably why it was.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
We can't get to know everyone in that from the edit. What else we can talk about Red?
So there is a bit of like I feel like Keegan and Carleen just have like this like.
Yeah, Ashley found the clue. Yeah, if we said the clue, if we said the idol, it's wrong. It's the clue. Sorry.
Yeah, I feel like Keegan.
Sorry,
Keegan
it's probably the same thing as Stefan.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, go.
That's all right. In the Red Tribe, Keegan and Carleen just seem like to be like the alpha like couple to me. Like they just seem to be like, like it's an alliance of the K's. Like bringing Kim, bringing Chloe, bringing Courtney as well. May as well build up the Kardashians. But don't worry about that, Vince. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Yeah, I was tired, and I was just
Oh gosh, no, we're getting cancelled.
Okay, get together. Get together. And then I think anything else that from and then we jump to the challenge. Is there anything else memorable?
No, essentially you just sort of jump to the challenge. Like we see a little bit of like conversation about like Brendan and Ash knowing each other and about potential like stuff that's happened in the past and all that stuff. But nothing really like sort of interesting, I guess. Like we see a little bit of a character development, but we don't get to see like obviously there is an hour and there is 16 people and there's a tribal council and 2 challenges. You're not going to get like a big lot of character development in that frame, I guess.
Speaking about Blue, I think when Ash had that big personality question, I thought the obvious answer is Dom. Maybe Dom wasn't that obvious when he's in trap, but in confessional, he is popping out.
It's a different side of Dom. Like I know Dom. And I'm just like, this doesn't feel like him. But then, like, is he playing it up? I don't know. I mean, he did get votes, so clearly he's rubbing people the wrong way already. Which, to be honest, doesn't surprise me. But yeah, like, I just want to talk about Dom flopping on the ground for a half an hour.
Well, we're gonna get to this,
because that was bloody hilarious. Yeah.
I think we have a drinking game that we drink every time Dom was on being OTT. I'm sorry, Liz. We have to do this. It's not a slander. It's a celebration.
A celebration.
Like we were smashed because like every time he came on, we were like, "Oh no, Dom!" We love Dom. We celebrate Dom here.
It was an absolute like shit show of like him doing that challenge. Like I don't know if he knew what a whale was. Like he was like a mermaid. It was like a mermaid just like flapping on the ground like this. Like, I'm just like, that's not a whale.
I was like, we were watching it. I was like, is that a whale? Is that a dolphin? Like, why is it? It just, I was like, is that a mermaid? Like, what he's doing? But I'm glad that like other people can pick that up with his team. I don't know who's he pair it with. Can't remember, but I'm glad
it? No, I can't remember. Was it Aston?
Yeah, I can't remember. Okay, Ash, we want to do a charade face off, then we will do it at the end of this podcast. I will do it. Josh will guess. Let's see how well we did. So you guys can stick around. Then we can demonstrate our superiority.
Our charade skills.
Charade skills. Any memorable sort of charades performance?
Yeah, but Emily brought up hers of her like apparently magpie. How is this a magpie? I'm confused. You know,
who did that?
Emily did that.
Oh, Emily did that.
Yeah, she's like, I'm a magpie, and I'm like, no, you're not.
And then like I think Isaac also do that shimmering, like it's just like like wiggle. Doesn't make sense.
It was for the jellyfish. He was like,
oh yeah, the jellyfish. Yeah, I guess you can guess that. Yeah, but like
yeah, I guess.
It's just like a lot of like I was and then it's like I think okay, and then I think if you're not Aussie, I think some like might be like birds, like Australian birds and or like animals can be hard, you know, like the neck lizards, like
they're from like lizard, the cockatoo.
Like how do you? It's just a bird. Like how do you can't make noise.
Well, cockatoo has this on its head, so
it could
like,
be like
flap your wings and do that.
It could be like a rooster.
Yeah, that could be a rooster as well. Yeah, it could be.
Ash is partnering with Isaac. So she would definitely have words for that man's charade. But she got it. She got one.
She did get a point.
She did get one. And she was versus Dom.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
To be honest, she was versing Dom, so she probably should have got a point.
She did lost one. She did lost one in the first round, but she
That's just
took it back with that mermaid voice. I was surprised. The cheating. Oh, it's Dom and Brad. Thanks, Aston.
I guess that cheating makes sense though. Like it's there as an option. Do it. You know, if you've got a horror, like if my partner was Dom, I'd be looking at the other guy.
Yeah, that's what I'll probably do. Like, okay.
Like, I wouldn't be looking at Dom. He could do whatever he wants on the ground. I'd be looking at the other guy. Like, okay, well that makes more sense. That's definitely a whale, not like a dead mermaid or something. Like, you know, it's like that's who I'd be looking at. I'd be looking at the other person as well. So, Brad, if you didn't do that, you missed out, buddy. You missed out. Yeah.
What do you think charades as the first challenge though?
I think charade should be a reward challenge because I feel like there's not much skill involved. It's not that physical. Like it's not that puzzle based and stuff like that. So it's very like game night game. So like I would probably have had that instead of the tug of war, personally. But yeah, and then had the tug of war as a main challenge with multiple people. That's probably how I would have done it. But I am not the producer of Canberra Survivor. And
Hopefully
regardless, I got charades, so I'm happy. You know what
I mean? Okay, do we have to mention anything about the charades? Anything else memorable apart from Colleen and Keegan absolutely killing it?
No, they're a power couple.
Yeah,
I ship that. I ship that. I'm ready.
Dan, we're not listing everything you did off. Just an opinion. Sorry, Dan, we're not listing whatever you did wrong. We're just saying, like, you know, what do you think about?
You gave us charades, Dan.
Yes,
I'm happy.
No, I'm not. I don't endorse what Josh said, but
you gave me charades. I'm living. That's all I want.
Yes. Okay, and so let's jump to the blue. Obviously, lost challenge.
Yeah.
I can't. Oh, you remember we're having fun with the names. So because when I watch it, it was in Abba's house, and the audio doesn't sync. So we have to turn our caption on. So the caption was the blue tribe. Is it the dolly? Is it Gungali or something? Or was it just the dolly? The dolly?
I can't remember, to be honest with you. There's a blue tribe for me and the red tribe.
And the red tribe is what? Bimbiang?
Bimbiang.
Bimbiang?
Gudali. It is Gudali.
It is Gudali. Yeah, Gudali and Bimbiang.
Yeah, there you go. Thanks, Aston.
So, but we'll forever call it the dolly and Bimbiang. Anyway,
so we get back. They split up. There's two groups of four. You got Rosemary with the boys. So I'm pretty sure. I'm just trying to remember who's with her. So it was Aston,
Rosemary,
Brad,
Dom, Aston,
and Brad.
Yeah.
Yep. And then you had I'm forgetting who's the other guy.
Jeremy.
No, it was Jeremy. It was Jeremy, Dom, Aston, and Rosemary. And then Brad was with the other people. No,
Brad. It was Brad. Not.
How did Jeremy's name come up then? I thought it came up
because
from the
Jeremy was with Emily.
Oh yeah, duh. Yeah, yep. Don't worry. Yep. I remember now. Thank you.
To just tie in with the challenge, I think some people want to vote people off because the performance in charades, which I was a bit like, charade it's not a skills.
I don't think in like live games voting off based off challenge strength and challenge ability really is like a viable sort of thing. Like we don't have big, massive, like extreme, like rough challenges that require physical ability. I really think like these games come down to like social. Really, to be honest with you, like unless somebody is like beasting the challenges at the merge, that's the only time like I would potentially look at that.
But it was based on the confessional. Someone said that like, oh, because they didn't do too well. That's why.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, it is just charades.
Yeah.
It's also depending who you partner with. So
yeah.
Okay. There's a lot of tea in the comment section. Let's bring that up. Okay. So let's say Jeremy and Janine were seen as alliance. And then Aston chimed in saying, before cameras were rolling, Janine was like, "Hey, Jeremy, remember when I don't want to make hey, Jeremy, remember we made that alliance at game night?"
Oh.
In front of the whole tribe.
Oh, wow.
Scandal, indeed, Amy. Well, Janine, I'm glad Janine is survived that vote.
I'm actually glad Janine actually said that.
Yeah, put Jeremy under
because
the bus.
It puts Jeremy under the bus, right? It also like creates like drama, which I'm all about. But in saying that though, it also shows like prior game relationships that like if they were to pop up later, it's only worse for you. So you may as well get it out and done with. Because it's only going to affect you more later if they're not out and done with. Because if you say, yeah, so that's why I actually don't mind that as much as there's like a scandal. I actually don't mind that idea.
I don't know what that means. Is that your unintentional drama?
Yeah. It's fine. I get
it. I thought they're not supposed to have pre-game alliance.
I mean, like, if you know somebody's playing, you can't really help it.
Janine and Jeremy, you guys are not supposed to tell each other you guys are playing, so...
I guess, like, it is what it is, really, at the end of the day. Like, Keegan clearly knew Emily was playing and vice versa, so...
Oh, yeah. No, they were on that day. Keegan
yeah. But it's still things, like, there's still, like... Sometimes there's things that are just out of your hands and out of your control that will just happen, and, it is what it is, really.
I wouldn't want that to be the reason.
But pre-gaming as well, like pre-gaming doesn't make anything fun for yourself.
No.
Like if you're walking into a game, it's like, oh, I've already got an alliance. Like that's only fun for that. Yeah, it's not fun. It's stupid.
No,
really.
You don't know the people you met would be better. Like some this people you may go well with the other person. There's so always go in without any pre-game alliance.
And also like if you get a group of people that you like. And then they're wanting to target, say, Jeremy. Is Janine meant to be like, no, I don't want to do that? Like, and then like sort of out herself for that, and then like it's only going to put you on the back burner with them as well, and it screws around with a lot of things. Unless it's like a returning season, obviously, when everyone knows where everyone's playing, then yeah.
I think I recommend. I don't really actually recommend one Ash said.
I mean, Ash had one.
Ash had one, but it could be a relationship too. Like all these, like whenever you mention someone, people be like, "Oh yeah, but I don't like him." It's like, okay, you're probably lying. You're probably gonna be like, you guys gonna be FF. You guys just putting a show. So like any relationship is a hindrance, essentially, especially for people who have coming by themselves. We have no relationship at all. That's a big sort of. Big target.
I also think it's unfair for them people too. Like if you come into a game and there's like 12 out of 16 people that know each other, and you're like one of 4 people that don't, like you're already on the outs, and it's really unfair for like these people that like the game but haven't got into the community yet as well. So all I'm saying is like if there was like any chance of like a pre-game happening, I would always say no.
Yeah, and also don't vote with someone because you know them, basically.
Exactly. Yeah,
and don't vote people out because you don't know them. I guess. But let's just not stray away too far from that.
Well, we actually see Janine vote Jeremy anyway. Well, she votes Dom and then Jeremy. So
yeah, Janine, you were doing the right thing.
She is doing exactly the right thing. I stand her. Janine stand.
So, and then this is a bit hazy. My memory is a bit hazy. I have to be frank. So people want to target Dom. I'm not sure why. Can't remember.
I mean, his performance at the challenge probably was a reason. And it's Dom. That's probably another reason. He didn't feel like himself. But people didn't know him. So like, if I knew him and I knew he was playing like that, like he didn't seem like himself. So, but yeah, maybe that's why. Maybe that's why he got some votes. I'm not 100% sure.
Mhm.
I am a bit hazy on the tribal as well, because that tribal cancel was just a mess more than
Yeah,
the
it was.
actual,
Yeah.
than the scramble. So my mind's always focused on that tribal cancel, which
Yeah.
was amazing, by the way. I love that tribal cancel so much. But it was a mess.
Yeah. The only issue is like also with the. I think they were gonna probably fix that eventually. Gonna fix that because the camera angle wasn't like facing the boat, so like
Yeah.
we can't actually see. And then it's like Jeremy and Emily, so that's Y at the end. So it's really hard for like we're like, what's going on? What's going on? Like because you can't actually see. But
Yeah.
But yeah, that helps with the suspense as well. We're like, what?
Who's getting voted? Like, and these are things as well that like first games of fair made games will only get better from like things like that will be fixed up on season 2. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's things like that will always
It's learning experience.
Yeah, it's a learning experience. And to be honest, they only had like 7 or 8 crew,
and
to produce a whole season with that much crew was bloody unbelievable.
Yeah.
And that crew must have been completely dead afterwards.
Yes.
So props to the crew.
Yay!
Congratulations.
And Dan.
Yeah. Dan and Liv as well.
Yeah, and Liv, sorry. And
yeah, well, that's why I'd vote him out.
I was surprised he's not the first bird. I was like, wow.
Yeah, no, it actually literally surprised me. I'm just like, he has biggest first boot energy of all time, and still wasn't first boot. I'm glad that Emily was, though, because now we have some icons in the first boot category. Yeah. I'd be like the forgetful second boot. You know how like nobody remembers the second boot?
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah. Everyone remembers first, and then everyone remembers merge, but nobody remembers second.
Okay. Liz, Dom is actually already an icon, so
Yeah, he already is an icon.
Regardless whether he's went to this first tribal or the next tribal, or I don't know whenever, he's already an icon.
Yeah.
Based on that
casting choice. Great casting choice.
Whale performance.
The whale performance.
I'm very diplomatic. Okay, let's talk about I think Aston is the one who flipped the vote to Emily.
Oh, Aston absolutely dominated that scramble session. Like, absolutely dominated that. He took control and he's just like, she's gone. And everyone's like, oh, okay, we'll do it.
No, but no one. He didn't took that much because there is a split and there's
there's a split. There's a split, and then he gets his way anyway, regardless. And he doesn't speak out at tribal. Brad does. So he also gets a split that he wants, but he also doesn't get in trouble for it either.
But my only thing is he targeted Emily because,
prior relationship and prior appearance. Yeah.
As a previous player, I wouldn't, if I ever played this kind of game, I wouldn't want that to be that.
Well, Aston now is a player and he's well known now, right? So the only thing is it's going to happen to him too. So like,
yeah, Aston, we're coming for you.
No, but like absolute gun, absolutely dominated that tribal cancel. Like, even though it was a mess, he got exactly what he wanted. He didn't get in trouble from it either. And yeah, got the idol out. Got out a huge threat in the end game because Emily is a great merge player.
Yeah, she is. But my question
she's phenomenal at the merge. Like, if she gets the merge, she's making the end in any game I see.
Okay, I just want to sort of, if he did sort of come up with the name and but it's not that. I feel like it's could be done better, especially not with a split. I mean, coming from myself who did a split vote in the first tribal, but this one's a bit different because there was no consensus. So even there is a split.
I don't think anybody knew that the split was happening. I don't think anybody knew this.
But so that is not a good job in itself. Like what is he trying?
He got enough votes. No, but he got enough votes, and at the end of the day, he got the person out.
No, but you have to look at it. But then you you alienate a few people in process. I just feel like that isn't a good move when it's just the first tribal. I feel like the first tribal should be, you want to sort of, don't want to establish that sort of that line yet. Because
here's a way I look at it though. Essentially, yeah, what he just literally wrote. He's the one that gave all the information to other people and let everybody do their dirty work. Like, we're literally just seeing Australian Survivor and Sandra do very similar things with idols and stuff like that, right? And I did not pick Aston at all at the start of this season to be like a strategic, like, social game player. I just thought him as being like the cool guy that was just happy to be there, and absolutely changed my mind on him after that tribal cancel. Like, phenomenal.
Matt,
I've never praised a person so much, and yeah.
Are people going to vote with Aston going to out? I don't think they're going to out, because like they will be like, like I wouldn't say.
I don't think they're outing as well. Like, I think, well, Brad will definitely
mention that. Yeah, he'd be like,
Brad is definitely going to stay. Yeah, Brad is definitely going to stay with Aston. Alex will definitely stay with Aston now. You also have Janine and Jeremy who actually got votes, so Jeremy's probably going to stay with Aston too. In the next episode, we see a lot of talk between Rose and Aston, and it's like sort of Rose versus Aston. Living for that, by the way. I don't see how Rosemary gets out of it. I don't. She gave up her chance. She should have tried Brox.
Not in the first tribal.
Yeah, I still think it's viable. Like, you're 4v4 at that point, and that's what they sort of were. And it was sort of like 5v3, really. And you sort of need to, like, keep numbers. Like, regardless, like, you're not going to... If you make it to, like, the final 6 in your tribe, but you're the odd one out, that's not going to help you further out. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Like, he played... He was a standout for me this, like, episode, and I did not expect him to be. Like, he'd be like one of the last people. Like, from his, like, intro and stuff like that, he just seemed like a regular cool guy that was just, like, happy to be there. And then, like, all of a sudden, out comes this, like, game player that's, like, blown my mind. It was great.
Josh, I have a technical question to ask you. How do you get your surrounding blur? Can I do? I want to do that.
You go to Cam and Mike.
Sorry, I have a mattress in my back. I'm really self-conscious about the mattress.
And then you click virtual background.
Wait,
my room's messy.
Sorry.
Yeah, so go to the settings. Go to the settings.
Okay, never mind. I'll fix that next time.
He played like yeah.
Amy said 100% with you. Amy, seriously, if you're agreeing with Josh,
my game sense has changed over time too. So, like,
Rosemary's good at puns.
Yeah, to be honest, that is one thing. One thing is I've played with Rosemary before, and if she's in trouble, she will get out of it sometimes too. I've seen that. So she's very sneaky and can work her way around talking to people in that as well. We'll probably
Sorry, Matt, it's a mattress. Sorry, my English is not that mispronounced. Anything else, Josh? Before we need to do the kiss, marry, kill, and then
yes.
Which one do you want? You want to do the charade first?
No, let's do kiss, marry, kill, and we'll charade at the end for a joke.
Okay, kiss. Let's go.
All right. Kiss, Janine.
Okay.
Because essentially she won the tug of war, found the idol clue, and she's just overall great to watch as well, and like unexpected gameplay from her as well. Calling out Jeremy at the start. Just small things that just like sort of made me like her. a bit more. But yeah, that should definitely kiss Jenny in this episode.
Yes, me too. Her first appearance is really strong.
Yeah.
Well, based on the pool as well, really strong showing. So really, it's our standout episode. Hopefully, we get more Janine coming.
Yeah, I love Janine. I want to see her more. It's a type of archetype as well we don't see in Survivor much too, and especially in fanmates.
Mary.
Mary. Clearly Aston. I've spoken about him like 100 times already. Gay marriage is now legal in Australia, so that's all good. I'm joking. But yeah, definitely Barry Aston. Absolutely dominated this episode. Got what he wanted without getting in trouble. Very, very hard to do that, especially in the first vote. Don't know how you did it.
Mary. Oh, I don't have a favorite yet. So, how about Mary Carlene, because she did well in that charades.
Is that the only reason?
All right, you know what? That's a bad. Okay, all right. Yeah, let me think. How about Brad, because he's my winning pick. So.
But what did Brad do to deserve the Mary?
Well, he sided with Aston.
Okay, fair. Okay, I'll give you that. Yeah, respect.
Respect my choice.
You just gotta marry the guy that deserves it, and we all know Aston deserves it this episode.
I
give him the Mary
like the fact that the reason is because Emily's connection with it's just, and then because Emily said that they didn't have that conversation.
Yeah.
So that's a bit like I was like, anyway. Yes, Matt. Obviously.
Kill. Look, I want to kill Dom.
Okay.
For his charades performance.
Mm-hmm.
And being like overbearing, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why he did get some votes. But yeah, no, I will do that.
Okay, who I think who the other person that you want? If I think
I was actually thinking of killing Rosemary.
Oh no, I wasn't gonna do that.
Because I just feel like she didn't do the best in that tribal. She sort of just like gave up instead of like trying to better her chances. Yeah.
Liz, you gotta stop. Stop with the puns. I actually think Emily. I feel like Emily should be in her name should be in the kill list as well, because she got an idol. I just feel like.
No, I don't think she deserves it. I don't think she played bad.
She didn't, but like, and then
she got voted out because her brother was in the game. That's not a kill.
No, it was because she found an idol and she didn't play. I don't know how well people hide like her, like not putting her name up or something. I wasn't, but from the looks of things, she seems to doesn't know she's a primary target as well. So. I guess Rosemary, you could have told Emily in the tribal, be like, "Hey, play the idol."
Yeah,
you want to play?
Yeah, that's why I think like Rosemary deserves some like killing, like a slight stab or something. Just like a wound. Like we'll wound at Rosemary.
Maybe like like you use an elastic band and like you should what you call it?
Yeah, like a pinch. Like she needs a pinch or something. She needs to be like, no, that was not good. Yeah. Like a pretty.
Oh yeah, like a pretty.
Perfect. Yeah. Hopefully she grows bigger.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hopefully she will blossom.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Hopefully spring is coming.
Spring is coming.
Move over Game of Thrones.
Okay, I think we're gonna do a shot around the charades.
All right, you're acting.
I'm acting. So we're gonna compare my performance to Dom. And okay, let's go. I have actually no idea what I'm gonna do, but I'll just go with my Okay. I have limited space.
Okay. A bird.
No.
What is this?
That it is too. You know, it's like. Oh Jesus. Guys, I have a limited area, as you can't see.
I don't know what this is. What are you doing?
Okay.
A dog?
No.
A fish? A
Yeah.
shark?
No.
A dolphin? A fat dolphin?
No.
What? A pregnant dolphin?
It's a fucking whale.
I think Dom's
No,
performance of
shooting
whale. You're
It's shooting
shooting.
the water. The
Oh
water comes
no,
out.
not the blowhole.
Okay.
Okay. Can I change my kill?
Okay, you did. Okay, then you do it then, and I'll guess.
I don't know how to do a whale. I just look like
No,
one.
do something else.
I could just stand there.
You can't make noises.
Oh, that's fine. Okay. All right, I'll get up. All right.
Ostrich. You chicken.
Yeah.
No,
Chicken.
you do it an easy one. I'll pick something else.
A whale is just a big fat animal. Like, what am I meant to? Like, how are you meant to do that?
I could easily do
Yourself. I am an animal, Matt. I've been told this many times.
Yes, you're absolutely.
All right. I think with our horrible charade skills, we should probably end up going. But
yes.
it is on tomorrow night. 8 PM,
Yes.
Yep.
Tomorrow night.
Yeah.
I can hear Liz walking on across the house.
We try to entertain. All right. Yeah, but tomorrow night, 8 PM. Jump on the tube and give it a watch.
And we'll see you next week.
Yep,
Probably
with the next voted
time.
out person. We'll probably be here with Dom next week because I'm assuming he's next.
Oh yes, yes.
Yeah.
It will be another fun time with us, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, we get a hang of doing this. We're getting a
What was
hang
that?
of doing the podcast. We getting a hang. Getting a
Hang.
hang.
Getting a hang of the podcast. Look, it only
Yeah,
went an
like,
hour.
we're having fun. Just
Yeah.
come and watch us.
Does anyone
great.
have any questions actually before we go? Does anyone have anything they want to say? No, to get rid of that.
That's we're family friendly, okay?
We are G-rated. Love you too, Amy.
Love you, Amy. We gotta talk to you for back out. Seriously.
Yes, we do. Yeah, we need to work something out.
All right. Okay.
But thank you all.
Thank you all.
Bye.
We are family friendly. Okay. Bye. See you next
Bye.
week.